Stop right there. Yeah, you. If you like all things entertainment, current events, or Hollywood, then look no further. Creator to Creators, hosted by director Meosha Bean of Horror Noir, interviews filmmakers and creatives from around the world. Join in on the fun, guest celebrities, and informative information to have as a creator. Hit subscribe and stay connected to Creator to Creators.
Hi, guys. Welcome to Creators to Creators today. Today, we have a special guest.
How you guys doing? I'm President, and I'm here with Creators to Creators podcast.
Thank you for coming on the show. I'm super excited to talk to you. I mean, you're so talented.
Thank you. I appreciate that. Thanks for having
Yeah,
me on the show.
of course, of course. So I really love going back to the beginning. I always say at the beginning kind of charts our trajectory in life and where we're going in the future. Tell me a little bit about your childhood and like where you're from and like kind of how did you find your way into music?
Well, I was born in Cuba. I came here with 6 years of age, but I kind of like fell in love with music, listening to a lot of like Michael Jackson, Kid Cudi, and Lil Wayne, like early on, being young and just just having fun with friends and stuff. And I feel like that music really connected with me early on,
Nice.
and it kind of just led me to love music.
I love that. Those are some really big names that are, still around and kind of somehow figured out the blueprint to this music world. For sure.
Yeah.
Um, were like growing up, were you like around music? Were like what like so that
No,
influence?
it was just like music that I found like myself and that I fell in love with. I wasn't really around music too much. Like I used to dance and stuff like that. I guess like I
Nice.
was around like dance classes and stuff like that when I was younger, but like that was only a very short period of time. But yeah, just the music that I loved listening to myself in my headphones is what really carried me to love music as much as I do.
I love that. So Cuba. So that's interesting. My dad's side, his father is from Cuba. So I haven't actually
Yeah,
explored that side of my roots, but one day, that's
for
awesome.
sure you should. Yeah,
I
it's
yeah,
cool.
definitely, definitely. Um, so tell me tell me a little bit about this album and first of all, amazing work, body of work. I got to listen to it
Thank you.
and I put it on and like we just literally put the music around the speaker and just played it. And I really like the tone and the feel of it. Night of the Rose, a beautifully melancholy debut album. So tell me a little bit about the process of that and where did you like what was the inspiration behind it, the title and all of it?
For a long time, I've kind of gave myself the duty to kind of stick to a aesthetic and like a vibe for like my image, I guess, and the theme of everything that I deliver to the fans. And this album uh was in the works for a while, but not intentionally, I guess, because I was working on the sound, but I didn't plan on releasing this project. Like when I did, it just kind of happened all at once. But I was working on this specific sound, this collection of sounds for a very long time, and I finally was able to put it all together into one album that I can, now release to the world and have, others enjoy what I've been creating myself. Because I think I would like to think so. It's kind of like my own vibe, my
Yeah,
own style of like trap hip hop music. So yeah, it's been a long time coming. But this album is really just like a lot of just the unique sounds that I've had over the years.
I love that. I love that. I mean, you're no stranger to streaming numbers. I mean, 120 million streams across platforms. That's pretty impressive
Thank you. I
for an
appreciate that.
artist. You
Yeah.
know, yeah, and I always say, I feel like there's a lot of great body of work out there and a lot of artists that don't get the recognition. But I love that, obviously your work speaks for itself. Tell me, as far as like also, making the song and making the album, um, how like how involved are you in the process when it comes to are you in with the producer? Are you in those like rooms kind of calling the shots and making sure that everything, kind of goes to the way you want it to go?
Yeah, so the beauty of it is that this album, I was really able to be just fully hands-on. Like I kind of almost did everything
Nice.
besides a couple of mixing tweaks over here, like and a couple of beats. I produced, I mixed, I engineered the sessions, I did pretty much everything. I wrote everything. So I was able to do all of this. That's what I'm saying, because it took a while to do.
Hmm.
Because I've been working on it so long. But yeah, I was able to do mainly kind of like 90% of everything on the album myself. So
Mm.
yeah,
Mm.
I was definitely able to shape it the way I exactly want it to be.
I love that. Tell me a little bit about, like, what do you want people to walk away with after listening to the album, and just, like the message.
the the real message behind what I want people to get from this album is is not so much an actual message in specific, because I want people to experience things with the album. I want people to grab the
Mm.
album and take it with them to, have fun with their friends, or, drive in the nighttime, just have it on replay or work out with it. Like I want people to really live their life enjoying the album and just kind of like feeling, because I feel like a lot of the melodies and stuff that are on the album is kind of stuff that you can take with you everywhere you go. Like there's a vibe for turning up, there's a vibe for going to sleep down near, like so
Definitely.
yeah,
I like
I
that.
just really want people to experience with the album.
I love that's like a journey. Um, I now, not to be deep, but I have a interesting question to, like, and I love asking every artist this, because it always it's different. Um,
Right.
but the you know how hard is it? And as an artist, for those that are listening, that want to get in this business, the the work that goes into, yeah, you're putting the music out, but also there's that marketing, there's that other part, that the business part of it.
Yeah.
How much of that is a part of your artistry?
Especially now with this album, it's very prominent in the whole journey right now. Like I've got to do a lot of interviews and a lot of different things, a lot of marketing, a lot of meeting with people that are trying to help me in some sort of way grow the numbers and stuff like that. So it's I'm very involved in it, and it is very like important right
Yeah.
now in this stage. But I feel like for somebody starting up,
Yeah.
I definitely think they should definitely focus on the passion of it. Like you have to have the passion for it in order to succeed. Because I feel like it gets hectic for real. So you gotta love it. So,
Yeah,
but yeah, like I
100%.
feel like in the beginning stages, you really just have to fall in love with the craft, and then eventually, when you get good enough, or when you get, you know what I'm saying, like up to the level you feel is good enough, then you take other steps forward.
Absolutely. Yeah, because now we live in a time now. I think now it's so much easier. Well, not saying that to get take away from the hard work that artists do, but it's a lot easier to get your work seen and heard with AI versus back in the day, when they had albums, and, like, you had to go,
Yeah,
and music was completely different. So do you like that we're in this
1,000%.
AI world in time?
Yeah, I mean, it's amazing, and it's also the only bad part I would say is that it's very oversaturated. I feel like
Mm.
since there's so much going on and so many people tuned into to the same thing at once, I feel like it's very saturated. A lot of new artists, but they're doing like the same thing, or like, which is no knock to them. Like obviously, you do what works, you do what you love, and inspiration comes from somebody always. So
100%.
yeah, I mean, I feel like that's the only like I think that's kind of annoying. It's just the oversaturation of everything. But I feel like it's way easier for somebody to, you know, do what they love and
Hmm.
get seen by millions of people nowadays, which is a good thing, a great thing.
Yeah, definitely, definitely. What's your favorite song on the album, and why?
My favorite song on the album would be like Pablo,
Mhm.
because I love the story. I love like the writing behind it. I love everything about it. Like the process creating it was fun.
Mm,
Even making the beat was an amazing time with my friends. So
I
yeah,
love
I love
that.
that song overall.
And I like the visual clips that for that the visual of it. It's really the black and white. I think that's really really cool. Um, are you excited? Are you excited to put some visuals out as well to the songs? Are you working on that now?
Yeah, yeah, we got some music videos coming to the biggest songs of the album. And yeah, I'm excited for that for sure. I'm excited for the fans to see that.
I love that. I love that. So a fun question. If you could be repped by any music artist, living or dead, who would it be and why?
Hmm, that's a good question. That's a really good question. I would say, I would say like Jay-Z.
I like that one. Nice.
Yeah, yeah, only because like I know he'll do right by me. He'll take me to where I need to be. You know what I'm saying? He's a business guy. So
Right. Yeah. No, I mean, you're right. He's a really he's exactly he I mean, I guess he is the blueprint, right, of figuring it out from going from Marcy Projects to where he is now and being a mogul almost. Um
yeah, for sure.
yeah, it's crazy. But I guess it's the thing of like I feel like do you feel like that's the thing is like if you continue to do something that you love to do or what like put like watering the seed of whatever it is
Yeah,
that you do, eventually you're gonna reap a harvest of whatever you planted, whatever how many years ago you started.
yeah, 1,000%, 1,000%. I believe in the law of attraction, and I believe like that whatever you put out, like you said, is exactly what you get back. So if you put in hard work, you're definitely going to see those results eventually. You just got to have patience. You can never give up.
Absolutely. The three levels of influence, money, power, and respect. If you could choose only one of those things, which one would you choose and why?
Money, power, respect. Hmm, I would say power.
I like that.
Yeah, because power, you get respect, and I guess you get the money.
Yeah. Right. Yeah. It's interesting. A lot of people would say respect, which is great and all, but like if you could actually choose, I definitely think power or money would work because in this society, in order to be influential or whatever, you have to have some type of power to change things.
Yeah, yeah. Nowadays, like even I don't even know too much about politics, but like from what I see, is like you don't even have to have respect to be powerful. Like
Right.
people don't even care no more. Like it's whatever. So
Right.
I'd rather
Right.
be powerful.
It's like you don't have to like me, but it's like I get to do what I want to do still. So,
Yeah, literally, it's crazy.
what what advice would you give to artists that are trying to get into this crazy business of entertainment, or just anyone?
Um, Kind of what I said earlier, kind of like just be ready to like love it, like be ready to give it your all and not receive anything back for a while, but just know that eventually your time will come in anything you do.
I like that. Your time will come. What keeps you going in tough times? Like I know you're not always on. It's every day is not sunshine
For
and
sure, yeah.
roses. but what keeps you continuing to do what you love to do?
My why, I feel like my why is my mom. Like I really want to, just like make her proud and like take it to the highest possible
Mm.
place I could take it because of the fact that she brought me at a young age from Cuba. She risked everything, left everything behind, and brought me to a new country where now I have so much more opportunity, and I really want to live that up to the full potential and just reach as high as possible. So I kind of always think of that when I'm down or like whenever I'm not having a good day or like stuff's not going right for me. I just think of that, and it'll center me right back into my lane. You know what I mean?
I love that. I love that. Oh, mom, that's beautiful. I feel the same way. It's like, we do
Yeah,
what we love to do because we want to give back to our family or parents who sacrifice so much for us to do what we love to do. It is
1,000%.
interesting.
Yeah.
That's cool. Um, do do is there anything that have you ever thought about putting music into like behind like a movie score, like ever kind of venturing into the, I don't know, film world with it?
Yeah, I've had a song or two placed in different TV shows. I can't remember the name, but I've had those placements before. But yeah,
Nice.
definitely I definitely want to, get my music behind some like movies and stuff like that. That'll be super cool because I'm a movie fanatic. I love movies. I always watch every movie that comes out. So I would love to have, especially in a big movie, obviously, I would love to have my music behind it for sure.
Like a Fast and the Furious. I'm sure they're gonna make another one.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, that'll be super dope for sure.
Right? That'd be epic. Speaking of movies, what's something that you have seen this year that you're like, so far they like, yeah, I like this movie. It was dope.
Um, this year, a
Or
bunch of
last year.
Netflix stuff. Yeah, a bunch of Netflix stuff. Like the new stuff that's coming out is crazy on Netflix. But I'm my favorite one would have to be the Godzilla and King Kong movie.
Oh yeah, the remake. Yeah, that was actually pretty awesome.
Yeah, that one's cool. I like all those extra effects and all those different type of things. You know what I'm saying? It's fun.
I like that. I like that. Um, you know, I was gonna ask you, and again, there's no wrong answer, but uh, what's do you is there like something like in your journey? Has there been moments of like, if you could talk about it and would mind sharing, uh,
Yeah.
like a moment where you were like, I think I'm kind of done, or like not even just done, but where you questioned the journey and almost wanted to give up?
Honestly, like being very, very truthful, no cap. I don't think I've ever like thought about giving up at all.
That's
I've definitely
good.
had times where I'm just like, where I probably, just didn't have a good day, but even that doesn't take me to the place of like, oh, like I'm gonna give up. Because I feel like over the years, I've been so like into this journey like for so long now that I feel like it's just like engraved in my personality and like who I am. Like I am just, an artist trying to make it as far as possible. And I feel like even in the hard times, it's like, oh, well, what we got to do to fix it, what we got to do to take the next step. So yeah,
Hmm.
it's never really been an option to give up, I guess. Yeah.
That's good. That's great. That's a beautiful thing. I think that's how you know your purpose. You know what I mean? Like when you don't question it.
Yes.
I think a lot of people, um, they're saying that, like, how do you know your purpose? And I think when you know your purpose, yeah, there's going to be tough times, but it's like you don't question it. It's like that this is what you were born to do.
1,000%. I agree.
I like that. I like that. Do you have like a song, like a mute, like just songwriting process, and like typically how do you come up with your ideas for your songs?
I normally produce a lot of my music first. I'll
Okay.
produce like a beat and come up with the melody for the beat. And then right after that, I normally try to come up with the hook because I feel like the hook is the most important part of the song.
Mm-hmm.
The melodies first, and then I write the lyrics for the hook, and then I find the melodies for the verse, and then I write the lyrics for the verse. And then anything additional, just editing or mixing separate things and going back and mixing the beat to fit the vocals perfectly. So yeah, it normally always begins with the production side of things and then the melodic side of things and then the lyrics would be third.
Mm,
Yeah.
I like that. I like that. What do you see yourself going like as far as like music wise? Are you in the future, next in the next project, the next things that you're working on in the future? You're gonna venture out into like, nowadays it's very popular just to try to do, different things. Like obviously, Beyonce is doing a country album, and
Yeah.
everyone's super excited about that. But like as an artist, is that something you're open to just venturing out into some different type of genres?
For sure. Yeah. I'm actually I have most of my catalog out right now is trap and hip hop, but I do
Mm-hmm.
have three separate singles that are reggaeton, which is like like Latin dance hall.
Yeah.
Um and yeah, so I have big plans. Some of my best music that I have in the vault is reggaeton.
Ooh.
So I definitely have big plans in the future for specific songs that I do want to, push heavy, but that's, in a while from now, I really want to just focus on the album, take it as far as I can, and then that. But yeah, I'm definitely venturing off into more reggaeton for sure.
I love it. I love that. What do you enjoy most about performing live? Performing live, and
Yeah.
any memorable moments on stage?
Yeah. No, it's kind of funny, I'm not gonna lie. I remember one time I was performing. I was opening up for Lil Mosey. It was a
Uh-huh.
couple years ago. And it was a great show. I started out, it was amazing. It come out, everybody knew the song because I was buzzing in Oregon. It was in Eugene, Oregon. And I came out, everybody singing the lyrics, having fun. And then I brought my two friends from Florida with me, right? And they was on stage with me. I told them specifically, I was like, do not throw water. Like, if you're gonna throw water at the fans, like, because it's lit, throw it at the fans. Do not get it on the floor, please, bro. And they're like, yeah, bro, I got you. Don't worry, don't worry. So they get on stage with me, and then boys bring like, I don't even know where they got them, but they got water guns, bro, on everything I love.
Oh
They
no.
got water guns and they're spraying everybody. They're spraying the speakers and they got on the floor. And
Oh,
like by my third song, I turn around and I literally slip in the middle of the stage, right? I literally slip and I kind of like had to catch myself. But that was so
oh
like,
no.
yeah, it was so funny. Bro. It was so funny, but it was so like nerve wracking in the moment because it's kind of embarrassing. But I saved the moment, thank God. But after they definitely heard it from me for sure.
I bet. You're like, I don't know if we can do this again.
Yeah, nah.
Oh, that's awesome. What are your thoughts on the current state of music right now? Particularly in the terms of like streaming and digital distribution. Like I think nowadays a lot of people and a lot of artists have actually come out and talk about, their having their rights and to the music, that they own everything, and that it's not like they're being misused by the labels.
Yeah, I feel like we as artists, especially nowadays, like you have to understand what you're getting into. Like no matter the time, no matter if it was 10 years ago or now, like you can't be mad at a contract that you signed. Like you
Right.
have to what I'm saying? You got to read it, you got to make sure that it's the right thing for you and then you go ahead and sign it and then you do whatever you need to do, but don't I feel like yeah, it's pointless to kind of say, "Oh, I'm locked up" or anything's going on with I don't own my rights or something because I signed a contract. Like you have to know what you do. But I think the state of music right now is at a shifting point because I feel like I just heard some other thing is getting passed, some bill for
Hmm.
Spotify. They're gonna pay like 50% more per stream.
Oh, that's
So it's
good.
gonna be yeah. So it's gonna like help a lot of artists, independent artists and stuff like that. So I feel like we're in a turning point in music. I feel like everything is gonna start being in favor of the artist because for a
That's
long
good.
time it hasn't been.
Yeah.
So yeah, we're looking good.
That's good. They need to do that with YouTube as well.
Right, right. Facts. Yeah, they
Yeah,
really
no, but
do.
I like that. I like that there's some hope. That's good. Um, I was gonna say, how do you find balance between staying true to your artistry, your vision, and adapting to changing trends in music?
I tried to like do my best, like just staying consistent in every area I can with like,
Yeah.
just being true to myself, I guess. Like I tried to visually make my aesthetic like a specific theme, but
Mm.
overall, I like to be myself in everything that I do. Like any posts, any videos, or any fan interaction, any lives I do, I just like to really just be authentic and kind of let it flow. Some days I might be, the funniest dude in the world. Some days I might be looking like depressed, but it's just me.
Oh,
Take it and you leave it.
right, right, absolutely. Uh, what's are you having? Do you have any like thing that you like as far as like shows that you're upcoming shows? Anything that you like to share that's coming up down the pipeline that you want to share with the our audience?
Yeah, I mean, I have some shows coming up in Los Angeles, waiting on the dates for those, but should be within the next month. So I'm gonna do like a little mini tour for the album in Los Angeles.
Awesome, awesome, very cool. Thank you so much for coming on. It's a pleasure talking to you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah. Where can people find you on social media to follow you and everything you have going on?
So on all my social medias is gonna be PREZZYPLEASE, Prezi please. And then on all streaming platforms it's PRZNT, which is present. Yeah, that's pretty much it.
Cool, cool. Well, thank you again. Come back on anytime, and hopefully we can do we can next time the technical difficulties with the video we'll be able to have it on.
Nah, it's all good. It was a great conversation. Thank you for having me on.
Definitely. And thank you all for listening. And always remember to live, love, laugh. We'll see you guys next time.